Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining in this video. So today's video is about understanding the perception of love on the basis of your moon sign. Okay, so your moon sign is, of course, the sign where your moon is placed, but then there are 4 different types of signs that make up the 12 houses of the horoscope. We have the air signs, we have the earth signs, we have the fire signs, we have the water signs. Okay, and each type of element has 3 different signs assigned to it, and based on the type of the element which is present in the moon sign, your perception of love will differ accordingly. Okay, so how does that work out in a chart? How can we know that from the chart? We will be looking at that in this video. But then before we go into the meat of the topic, kindly subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. Okay, and please share this video with your friends and family if you think they will also benefit from whatever knowledge I'm sharing. So, there is a difference between attraction and love. Okay, attraction is when you speak about attraction, it's about the mere physical attraction. Okay, and that, of course, is leads to marriage. Okay, and when we speak about marriage, of course, it's a partnership. Okay, it's a partnership where everything is shared. It's a partnership of mutual convenience. Okay, and it's a partnership which comes with a lot of responsibility. Okay, marriage is something that comes with a lot of responsibility. Now, when we speak about the perception of love, okay, consciously or unconsciously, a person always desires a relationship. Of course, if the person does not have combinations to support that, then the desire would be something else. All right, but a relationship is desired by everyone to fulfill their physical needs. Okay, mental needs come much later, but the most important need of a relationship is the fulfillment of the physical aspect of it. And when we speak about love, I'm not here speaking about platonic love. It's about physical love, which binds a male and a female together. Okay, so say if your moon is located in the earth signs, what are the earth signs? Taurus, Virgo, as well as Capricorn. So these signs, they need stored love. Okay, what is stored love? Stored love. In some in British English, it is known as stored love. So what is stored love? Stored love is care, tenderness. Even in constant marital feeling, mutual respect, help, and support. So there is not much room for passion or emotion in stored love, but then these people, they also need pragma love. Pragma means love by calculation or by exchange. It's a very give and take relationship. You do this for me, I'll do this for you. And these are the signs. If your moon sign is located here, you will constantly be looking for reliability and support, precisely from a financial position. Remember, earth signs are also a part of the Artha Trikona. Artha means wealth. So now, if the ruler of the 7th house is also in an earth sign, then this becomes a marriage of convenience. Okay, and in such a relationship, there is hardly any emotional attachment, and that allows the marriage to be stable and predictable. Okay, now Taurus can be an exception because Venus rules both Taurus and Libra. So if you were a Taurus, you would prefer an arranged marriage rather than a love marriage. Okay, and if you are a man who has this moon in earth sign, then you would require a woman who cooks delicious food, who loves to take care of you and your children, and is very, very balanced. Okay, now when it comes to the sign of Virgo, then these people are very picky. These people are very choosy, and if they don't find someone who satisfies their idea of a perfect husband or a perfect wife, they usually may not marry at all. Okay, and these people, they will always strive for an ideal, and there is nothing in this world which is perfect. Okay, so they will never find something that fulfills their idea of perfection, and as a result, they may lose with whoever they are. Okay, And even while falling in love, Virgos, they usually don't, give into feelings. They will put a potential partner under a microscope and carefully study and analyze that partner unless and until they find something to think about. Okay. Now, if it is a Capricorn, if your moon is in Capricorn, then these people will be very serious in about marriage. Okay. And as a result, they will not be in much hurry to enter into a relationship. And if they enter into a relationship, they will try to ensure that they stay in that relationship for a long time. For these people, loyalty is the most valuable thing. Okay. But then don't think that if you're a Capricorn, you are not choosy about your partners. Okay. Capricorns are as choosy and picky when it comes to partners as compared to Virgo. Okay. And they will always prefer relationships with matured as well as wise partners. Now, if your moon is located in an air sign, okay, then these people need filial love or ludus love. All right. What is filial love? Filial love is a deep, tender friendship, sympathy, and spiritual intimacy. It's much like a sibling relationship. Okay. And ludus love is a pleasant pastime. Okay. It's a scenario where both the lovers share common interests, and there is no jealousy or commitment, but there is, of course, a sense of competition. Okay. And for these air signs, when it comes to relationships, for them, common goals, mutual interest, and respect for each other are important. Okay. Freedom in a relationship is the most important thing for these people. And not, and because they always seek freedom, that freedom can become a reason why they do not want to enter into an official relationship. Okay. And, these are people who will go for open relationships or free relationships. Okay. And sometimes these people can suffer from situations where the interest in a partner dissipates quickly. And when interest disappears, of course, we know that there is nothing to talk about. Okay. And as a result of this, sometimes the respect for the partner is lost and the couple may go to a point of no return. Okay. Now, if it is for a Libra, then also these people, they cannot sustain a relationship for long. Okay. There is a strive to, this is a sign to strive for partnership and legality, but routine and predictability can kill all the romance for, Libra sign. And Libra is about air and cardinality that pushes for change. But, for a person having that position, it is important what people say and think. So outwardly, a marriage can look very happy, but inwardly, it might not be the case. Okay. Geminis require a lot of freedom to be able to be, to be able to juggle multiple relationships at the same time. And Gemini moon signs are not capable of deep feelings, nor they need material relationships. Okay. The main thing here, the main word here is interest. And to have constant communication, exchange of thoughts, ideas, that is the main objective of these people. Okay. To be fun, they want to be fun. And a relationship can abruptly end for them if it becomes boring and uninteresting. Okay. Now, if the if the moon sign is Aquarius, okay, then these people are looking for non-standard relationships. Okay. And what is non-standard? It will depend, of course, on the person himself or herself. And Aquarius is very extravagant and often shocks those around them with their relationships. Okay. So they can either completely deny traditions or make a cult out of marriage. Okay. So Aquarius will idealize the very idea of romance. But again, as I said, what romance is will depend on the person, okay, who is having his or her moon in Aquarius. All right. Now, for water signs, there is a need for this agape love. Okay. What is agape love? Agape love is sacrificial. Okay. It is selfless and demanding, sometimes reaching the point of self-denial. And this is the most matured love because it is born on passion and develops into deep feelings. Okay. So, as I said, self-denial and self-sacrifices, they're very characteristic of the water signs. And, all the water signs, they suffer from these issues. But then when they finally are able to see the perspective, they are able to move to a new level. On the deeper levels, they are actually looking for spiritual harmony, emotional intimacy. And as a result, they will often find people using them for their kindness. Okay. And if you are a water sign, if you have your moon in water sign, be very careful, because you do not have any duty to save anyone from anything. Okay, don't try to save others and get into a relationship with the ones you have saved. That can lead to a lot of problems. Okay, now if your moon is in Pisces, then you will see God in everyone, and as a result, you will not be very picky or very choosy when it comes to relationships. Okay, and if the partner is anything less than God, okay, then there can be many secrets in the relationship. And the main theme of this sign is that whenever a person has his or her moon in Pisces, then that person is looking for, what this person is looking for is the satisfaction of their fantasies. Okay, and we know that water signs can be very jealous, and of course Scorpio is the most jealous of all the zodiac signs. Why? Because Scorpio has a strong sense of ownership, which can create certain difficulties in marriage. Okay, and of course this can act both ways. It can be a big positive, it can be a big negative. Okay, so negative, of course, because it can treat the other person as an object. Positive because this sense of ownership gives the relationship turbulence, emotionality, extremeness, and this is exactly what a Scorpio wants. Okay, but unlike Gemini, who want to change or want to have multiple partners, Scorpios, they will require only one partner. Okay, and remember this when you are dealing with a Scorpio. If a Scorpio is not jealous, then he or she is not loving you. Okay, so Scorpios are never about smooth, stable, and calm relationships. They are always about turbulent relationships, nightmarish relationships. Okay, now if the moon sign is Cancer, then these people will fall for emotionally vulnerable and sensitive partners. Okay, and Cancer, as I said, water signs have a bad habit of trying to save people so that they can get into a relationship with them. Okay, so Cancer and Pisces has this bad habit, but then it's more about motherly love or fatherly love that a Cancer can shower upon the partner. Okay, and such a person is always looking for a soulmate. So if they find a partner, then there will always be unconditional love and complete trust. Okay, and for people having this moon sign in Cancer, loyalty and devotion for them becomes the most valuable thing that is, or there is. Now, if your moon is in a fire sign, then these people, they need Eros love. Okay, so what is Eros love? Eros, let's say Eros is selfish. Okay, I was not getting the word. Eros is selfish, unbridled, passionate, and Eros is always aimed at physical possession. Okay, and this Eros is all about falling in love and then idealizing a partner. Okay, and then if your moon is in a fire sign, then love can actually become a mania. Okay, and if your moon is in the sign of Aries, then it becomes important for you to seek a partner, and this seeking becomes the whole point of a relationship. Okay, and if a female has such a position, then the opposite gender must definitely seek her. Okay, if a man has this position, then the man himself is a hunter, and this gives the relationship movement and passion, which is the most important thing. But then don't mistake this for the fatal passion of a Scorpio, but this is more about romantic passion. Okay, and if you have your moon in Aries, then you need to maintain this passion constantly. Okay, because for these people, relationships can become very uninspiring very quickly. Okay, and for them, relationships are nothing but adventures. Okay, now if you're a Leo, then the most difficult thing for a Leo to be is that they need a love marriage with an ideal partner who usually only exists in imagination, not in reality. Okay, and if they have this attitude of either this or not, okay, all or nothing attitude, and that can lead to celibacy if there are additional indicators for this. Okay, and a person with this position wants to be proud and admire his or her partner, and they don't really care how deep the relationship, but they only look from the outside. Okay, now while we speak about Sagittarius, then relationships are all about competition. Okay, a Sagittarius moon sign will always compete with his or her partner. And because Sagittarius is a fire sign, so it is very, very active. But then remember, Sagittarius is a sign of competition. And sometimes the competition can become so intense that it can get to your partner. Okay. So apart from the elements, signs can also be, these 4 twelve signs can also be divided into active and passive. Okay, so fire and air signs are the most active, and they are actively looking for partners, making efforts to develop relationships. Okay, that is, they are the initiators. All right, if it does not matter if it's a male or a female. Okay, but then earth and water signs are passive. They are accepting. And again, if it does not matter if it's a man or a woman, but unlike fire and air signs, water and earth signs have magnetism, and this is what makes them strong. Okay, the fire signs are seducers, while water and air signs, they seduce, and that is what we need to understand. Okay, for example, say a man has Mars in Cancer, it will be difficult for him to seduce a woman to whom Mars is in Aries, but such a man will easily respond to her seductions. Okay, now what about the cardinal signs? That means Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So these signs, they need a fast-paced relationship. Okay, so if the ruler itself is in a cardinal sign, for example, the ruler of the 7th house, say it is Capricorn and Saturn is in Aries, then there will be many changes in the relationship. Okay, relationships are usually established and developed, and they develop quickly. Okay, and this is one of the reasons why there is this loss of interest. Okay, and the most difficult thing for Aries, as this is the most difficult thing. Okay, because they'll start requiring a change in the relationship. Now Capricorn is less volatile when it comes to them, and Cancer and Libra are in the middle. Okay, now what about the mutable signs? Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So this is not uncommon. If you have your moon in these signs, then you may harbor the idea of a second marriage or a third marriage, okay, because the previous one did not work out. And these signs are very unstable because long-term relationships are not generally for them. All right, but then if marriage somehow happens and marriage bonds are not broken for some reason, these people can cheat with ease and without prejudice. Okay, so this applies more extensively to Gemini, but Virgos from this group, they are the most stable if only the partner meets their material requirements. Okay, now what if the moon sign is a fixed sign? Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So these fixed signs are the most stable. They do not need changes and vivid experiences. Okay, these signs enter into a relationship for a long time, and they leave them just as long. Okay, and in a relationship, they need reliability and constancy. Now, Aquarius may be an exception with additional indications. And since this sign cannot be called permanent, but it is the sign of Saturn. And, this Saturn's position will be very decisive for these people. Okay. Now, if the ruler of these fixed signs are retrograde, okay, then marriage can be very much delayed until the second half of life. Okay, if the ruler of the 7th house, or if if a combust planet is present, okay, in these houses, in these moon signs, if a combust planet is joining the moon, then it means the partnership will be very, very problematic, and maintaining celibacy can be an issue. Okay, so this is all about your moon sign and your perception of love, how you look at love from the perspective of your moon sign. All right, so I wanted to do this for a long time, but today I got this opportunity, and hence this video was made. So thank you so much for watching this video. Kindly like the content, share it with your friends and family if you find it useful, and please leave behind your valuable comments in the feedback section. That's it from me in this video. I'll see you soon in yet another video. Namaste. Om Gurave Namaha.